All right, Hollywood's biggest night delivered plenty of memorable moments at the 98th Academy Awards is officially in the books.
From historic wins, emotional speeches, and snubs and surprises, our Fox 4 film critic Russ Simmons joins with a recap of last night's Oscar Awards. Good morning, Russ.
Morning. Good to be with you.
Yeah, happy to have you here. Okay, so let's talk about the big winner of the night.
Yeah, the big winner is the only film of the year that I gave 5 popcorn bags to. In all of 2005, I only gave 1 5 popcorn bag review, and that was the winner, the big winner last night, which is One Battle After Another. And it won for Best Picture, Best Director, Best Adapted Screenplay, Best Editing, Best Supporting Actor, Sean Penn, who didn't show.
Yeah, he was in the show.
And the new casting award went to that film as well. You know, this is one of those films that I don't know if people are going to love 20 years from now, but it is a film they're going to respect.
You know, I was asking Sean about that last week. I was like, because he was all in on Sinners. He was sure Sinners would win. And I was like, what's going to be the movie? I think we talked about this on brunch. The movie that no one's going to be talking about in 10 years. And you think One Battle After is going to be one of those, oh yeah, that won the Best Picture, but nobody saw it.
The example that I think I gave when we were at brunch was, you know, Rocky.
Right.
Was a beloved film, but it won Best Picture over
All the President's
All
Men.
the President's Men, which, you know, you look back on this, oh, that's a great film. Rocky is a really entertaining and beloved film, and that's the difference.
Right.
And I think Sinners will, you know, be one of those that is memorable and beloved, but I'm not sure that that can be said of One Battle After Another.
Yeah, I've already seen Sinners a couple times. And speaking of, I mean, they had a tremendous night as well.
They did. They were second place, if you will. Best Actor for Michael B. Jordan, which was I thought was very deserved.
Yeah.
Original Screenplay, it won for that, as well as Cinematography. And this is the first time that a woman has won in the Cinematography category.
Yes.
And I wrote it down because I wanted to get her name right. It's Autumn Durald Arkapaw.
Alrighty.
And she did Wakanda Forever. You may remember that one with Ryan Coogler as well.
Yeah.
But you know, it's a very, very solid movie, and it deserved all the accolades it got.
And before we toss to Michael B. Jordan, they never released the tally, do they? Like how,
no.
So we won't know if it was. You know,
was it close?
Yeah.
We don't know. They
never know.
We'll never know.
Right.
Well, let's hear from Michael B. Jordan after he won that award for Best Actor.
I stand here because of the people that came before me. Sidney Poitier, Denzel Washington, Halle Berry, Jamie Foxx, Forrest Whitaker, Will Smith, and to be amongst those giants, amongst those greats, amongst my ancestors, amongst my guys. Thank you, everybody in this room and everybody at home for supporting me over my career. I feel it. I know you guys want me to do well, and I want to do that because you guys bet on me. So thank you for keep betting on me.
Well deserved, to be honest. I mean, he did such a fantastic job. There were also some other winners, too.
That's right. Of course, Jessie Buckley won for Hamnet, and that was the only real slam dunk of the evening. Everyone knew she was going to win. I loved it that Amy Madigan won for Best Supporting Actress. She was nominated earlier, 40 years ago.
That came up in our quiz.
Right, and it was the first win of her career, and of course she was delighted, as she should have been. So,
was it Field of Dreams? Was her?
No, oh gosh, I can't remember the name of the film. But it was, it was one of her first films that she had done in her
Is Frankenstein worth watching?
Frankenstein's definitely worth watching. Yeah, it's one of those films that win, and the wins that it had, it deserved. It was for great art direction, makeup, and
right.
Art direction.
Yeah, I know it was the costume.
Production design.
Production design.
Yeah. By the way, I just Googled it. Michael B. Jordan mentioned Will Smith. Will Smith is still banned from the Oscars for 10 years. So anyway, just if you were wondering.
Any other snub surprises?
Yeah. Well, I was a little surprised at the tie.
Oh, we're starting with snubs first, actually.
Oh, start with snubs first. Okay. Well, Marty Supreme was nominated for a number of awards, 9 nominations, I believe, and it was snubbed. Singer-songwriter Diane Warren has been nominated 17 times for the Oscar for Best Song. She has never won. This is a little ironic because the film that she was nominated for this year was a documentary about her life, celebrating her, and she still didn't win.
Oh, come on!
You know, I remember years ago, Randy Newman had been nominated 15 times for Best Song before he finally won, and when he got up there, they gave him a standing ovation, and he said, "I don't need your pity."
Oh, no.
Oh, that's funny. Surprises.
Yeah.
What surprises were there?
Well, one of the surprises is, of course, the tie that I just mentioned. For
Yeah, I didn't know that could happen.
Well, you know, when you have 11,000+ votes,
Yeah.
it's like, how can it possibly be tied? But it's happened 7 times in the history of the Oscars, and so you had 2 short films that both got the award for the tie. So it's okay. Pass it around. You know, people it might give people an opportunity to go out and see those showcases of the short films, which are playing in local theaters.
Right.
Oh, that's good
So
to
you
know.
do have a chance to see them.
All right. I always like when there's like a little drama, as we mentioned. And
Yes.
so Sean Penn won Best Supporting Actor, but he ghosted the ceremony. Here's how Kieran Culkin handled it.
And the Oscar goes to Sean Penn, one battle after another.
A photo of Sean Penn appears.
Sean Penn couldn't be here this evening, or didn't want to, so I'll be accepting the award on his behalf.
That's Sean Penn's 3rd win.
Wow.
I know. That's incredible. So I heard reportedly he went to Ukraine. That's why he wasn't there last night.
That could very well be.
Sounds like
known,
something he'd
he's
do.
known for that. Yeah.
Overall, though, your thoughts on the Oscars? I mean,
I thought it was very entertaining. Conan O'Brien did a terrific job.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that all the jokes would land for general audiences if you hadn't seen all the movies, because they were hilarious jokes.
Right.
But you had to see the movie
Yeah.
to get them.
yeah.
Right. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Some powerful tributes.
Yeah.
Rob Reiner. And
absolutely. And
Robert
it was
Redford.
great because, you know, Billy Crystal was Rob Reiner's best friend, and they brought out all the stars from a number of his films, and I thought that was a very powerful tribute. And Barbra Streisand gave a nice tribute to Robert Redford.
Yeah.
Redford is the person that maybe has the longest, legacy when it comes to cinema, because he founded the Sundance Institute, and a lot of the films that were there last night, people got their start at Sundance.
I kind of forgot he died, to be honest with you.
Well, there you are. And Barbra Streisand, of course, starred with him in the classic romantic film, The Way We Were.
The Way We Were. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice.
And I would have to say that even though I thought it was a good show, it was entertaining, my colleague Sean Edwards had a different take, and he posted, shockingly enough,
Oh, let's hear it.
"That was incredibly boring and disappointing. Never again." Sean,
Leave
there
it
you
to
go.
Sean.
It was kind of long.
It was
I
long.
didn't make it.
I didn't
Yeah.
watch it.
My
I'll be
biggest-
honest.
Go ahead.
No, sorry. I normally use the Oscars as a way of movies I haven't watched. Are they worth watching? So
Yes.
I always see who won, what were the snub surprises. Then I go back and I watch those movies and see if my idea or what I think fits that vote.
Yeah, I think that's true for a lot of people too, and that's one of the reasons why some of the jokes maybe wouldn't land for you
Right.
unless you'd seen the movie first. But I thought overall it was very good. What the Oscars still need to learn is how to tighten it up. And I think, you could take some of those technical awards, sound editing and those sorts of things, put them with the technical awards, which are done on a different night. And they already do that anyway. So let's tighten it up. Let's make it 2.5-hour ceremony, and it'll be perfect.
Yeah.
I like that.
Awesome. All right. Good stuff, Russ.
Yeah, thank you.
Good fun.
Alex?